and we're going to create our own content by utilizing artificial intelligence. So let's not waste any time here. The very first thing that we're going to need, like I mentioned before, is we're going to need this repository. So we're going to head over here to github.com/openai/GPT-2. So what we're going to want to do is go ahead and we're going to want to copy this. We're going to head right back over here to our notebook, and this is our code line. Now, before we get started, I need you to go up here to runtime. Once on runtime, we're going to change the runtime type. All right, we're going to change the runtime type. We want to change it to GPU just so things run maybe a little bit faster. We're going to go to save. Now, once that is saved, you can go ahead and make this any name you want. So what we're going to name it is the Chris Palmer SEO spinner. All right, and look forward to the particular code so you don't have to go typing and searching. I'll give it to you in the comments below after the video. So the very first thing that we will want to do is we're going to need to do !get space clone space, and then Control V. We need to put in the Git repository, all right, because we need to use this particular model. Now, with inside of here, there's multiple models, but this one here is really what we're after, all right. I know that there's other types. If you are familiar with this, I know that there's bigger ones, smaller ones, but for this video, we're going to go ahead and implement this. So the next step is, after you put that in, what you want to do is press the space or the plus button of code. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a %, and then CD space GPT-2 /. We can press enter. All right. Next is going to be more code. Now we need to, let me go over here. Okay, download model. Okay, so, all right. So here's what we're going to do. Python 3 space /content /GPT-2 /download _model period py space 774M. All right. All right. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and press play on that. All right. While that's loading, we're going to click on code. We're going to do !pip space install. Whoop. We need the requirements. All right, so it's just that. All right. So what you want to do to get the requirements is !pip space install. All right. Then you'll do space -r, and then we need to do the requirements. REQUIREMENTS period TXT. All right. And then we'll go ahead and we'll get that going too as well. Okay. So you'll want to let this go ahead and load. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 things that we had to go ahead and type. And what we're doing is we're creating our very own spinner of sorts that will create semantically correct content. All right. Of course, we're going to need a seed set of content, and that's where things will certainly get a little bit more fun as we go on here. But bear with me here. All right. So after that, our next step is going to be adding code. And what we're going to utilize here is TensorFlow. We're going to use TensorFlow. So in order to get that, we're going to do this. All right, _version. All right, space, and we're going to use 1.15. 1.15. I guess we could put a 0. All right, let's go ahead and run that because we're going to need that. All right, and then it's going to utilize 1. Okay, that works out really well. Now, the next step that we're going to want to do is we need to make a change. All right, so inside of here, inside of your files here, all right, now that we have everything here, wait a minute. REQUIREMENTS.txt. Am I spelling this wrong? How about copy path? pip install -r. Let's see if we can do that here. You got to make sure that the spelling is in there correctly. All right, let's go for this one. Now let's run it. No such file. That seems to be interesting, considering the fact that it's sitting right here. Okay. Now, there. When I typed this in up here, I never pressed like the download, I guess. So you have to make sure that after you put in anything, all right, that's all I did. Is the steps were still the same. I just never pressed play or download, however you want to look at it. All right, now that the requirements are in there, we have TensorFlow, everything's already in here. Okay, now we need to go head over here. All right, go in here to GPT. It might be in models 774. Perfect. Okay. Go to SRC under GPT-2. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. And inside of here is interactive conditional. All right. So what you want to do is double click on that. And there's going to be a little menu that pops up. It's over here. All right, as you can see here. Now inside of here is where we're going to be able to set the content quality. We're also going to be able to name the model that we're going to be implementing. Again, there's a larger set that we can implement, a larger model. There's also a medium, there's also a small, all right? And then there's people that make their little customs, but we're just going to simply use what's already been provided. It's perfectly fine for the type of content that we want. All right, so there are a few changes that you will need to make, and what those changes are is inside of here you'll see that the model that we want to use is going to be we don't want 345, we want 774. All right, so 774M is what it's called. So inside of here where it says model, so model name, we're going to write 774. All right, so 774. Sample, you can leave at 1. Length. So the length is going to be the length of the article that you want to create. All right, so let's just do 900 words. Now, where it says top K and top P, all right, where it says top K, this is the level of quality. Now, I've tried all different types, and you can play around with this. It's kind of fun. But if you read down here, it's literally saying that 40 generally is a good value. So let's not go against the grain. If you want to play with it, by all means, you can. I have. But this is pretty much what we want to keep. Okay. So once that is done, all right, we've made our edits. It should save by itself, which it does. The very next step is going to be that we want to now run the file, this particular file right here. So we want to go ahead and copy this path. All right. And then what you want to do is you want to do exclamation Python 3 space / content GPT-2 / we need to go into that file src, and the name of it is this right here. So V. Oh, well, we already have it here. We'll go right to content. That looks good. All right, now let's go ahead and run that. So what's going to happen now is, now that we've made those changes, we're calling to that model, which was 774, not the, I don't know, 334, whatever it was, 345. I think there's another one too. There's a big one too. And you can go looking. What you're looking for is GPT-2 models. They have huge ones. Just for sake of time, we're going to implement this. All right. Now, there's getting this error. Okay. So after you've implemented all of this, what you need to do is you need to come back up here to where it says CD and just hit play. It's one of these. Because usually you need to change this. It changes something when you change the file. It changes it. So you have to go back in and re-download it. All right. So that's why you have to do that. So I clicked on this one here where the content was. All right. Because we're utilizing 774M. So it just, you have to redo it. All right. So make sure that you do that. So once that gets done, we're going to wait for it. Shouldn't take too long. We're at 80%. Just bear with me here. And we will have it done. All right. All right, cool. So now we have the 774M, okay? So now what we want to do is we want to come back down here and we're going to hit play. And everything should be going pretty well here. All right. There we go. See, those changes were made. Now, if you scroll down here, you got to wait for it. All right, just let this load. All right, it's running. Everything seems to be everything seems okay. All right. Now, as you can see here, now after we have implemented the two, how many things did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had to type 6 things. All right, very easy. Again, I'll leave them in the comment section. Now we'll have this model prompt. What this is now you need to train the model. All right, we can implement, and we're using these two APIs here. All right, we're using this for natural language. We're utilizing these two things. I don't want to overcomplicate anything. We're now able to utilize these things, but we still need something to train. Now, depending on what you put in there is the type of content that it's going to write, okay? So if it's keyword dense content, you get what I'm saying? Also, when we were inside of here, the length, this right here, the top K, and the model that you use changes things. But this will create really good content. I mean, it's pretty good, but we need to still model it. So again, whatever you model your script off of is how it's going to perform. So let's just say that you're an SEO. Let's head out now and let's go find one of our favorite guys, and we'll model our content off of the content that he's writing. Okay. So we need a seed set of content in order to model the script. All right. So here we go. Let's go in here and find that. So let's model it off of 17 SEO techniques. Let's go ahead and model off of this. Let's go to continue reading. All right. Oh, I forgot he likes to bust it all up here. I need a nice body so let's head over here. Again, what I'm looking for here is, I'm just using, you don't have to use you don't have to use SEO stuff. The reason why I'm doing it is because, well, I teach SEO and these guys have SEO blogs. All right, so what I'm looking for is something to train the model. So let's take a look here. And regardless of your niche, like if you're a plumber, go get plumber content. If you're a doctor, get doctor content. Get the best written content that you can find, because that's that's the output that it's going to give. Okay. So what we're doing here now is, let's just find one. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? How to create the perfect blog. This works out really good. Oh, it's a video? Shows how much I come here, huh? Not often. I must say. I thought that it was literally a blog. What, there's no content here or what? Oh, here we go. All right. So let's go ahead and train off of this right here. Now, what I found though is you don't want to put in too many numbers, because then it starts getting a little wonky. All right, if that's a word, like it gets a little strange. So we don't want to get that. So let's take this here. We'll copy that and we'll bring it over here to our model. All right, so here's our model prompt. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this inside of here. Let's get a little bit more, and then we'll get this right here. All right, and we'll bring it over here. And then we'll paste it in. All right, and then once you have your model done, all you need to do then is press enter. I assume that this is running. Yeah, it's thinking. So give it a little bit of time here. All right, it should have stopped. All right, there you go. It looks like it's good to go. Now let's go ahead and put this in. Should be running without any trouble here. Oh, it's yelling at me. It is yelling at me. It says that inside of here, this TF train saver is depreciated. Please use TF V1 train saver instead. Okay, so we need to head back over. All right, so that's interesting. Let's just head over here. Then we're gonna go back to SRC. I'll add this into I'll add this in the comments, so that way you're able to do this yourself. All right, just like we did before. It's telling you where it's at in interactive conditional samples PY68. Please use V1. All right, so we're gonna go in here. We'll double click. It's gonna come up And what we're looking for is PY68. All right. So we just got to find it. PY68. Here it is, right here. All right, so here's the saver. So all we got to do is just highlight this, and then, oh, my mistake. Highlight this, and then what we'll do is we'll hit Control V. All right, bring this over. It'll save by itself. All right, and let's rerun this. I'm just re-getting everything is what I'm doing. So every time I'm pressing this, I'm just re-getting it. All right. So this is a lot of fun if you haven't noticed. Definitely fun to play with. And once you get everything running, you'll be very happy. Let's just make sure. So anytime there's an issue, generally you just have to restart everything. That's what I was doing. And it always tells you like if something's wrong, you know, so, it will be removed. Instructions for updating. Use TF random. All right, so it's inside of sample PY. It's saying that this is depreciated, but I'm thinking that it's going to let me use whatever. So let's use this as our model. Let's put it inside of here, and let's get down to business finally. All right, it's running. Give it a minute. Here we go. So there we go. It's given us this text here. So here we go. So we needed to make that small change. And I guess there's something else that's depreciated. It has to be something from over here. It's always easy. What's really cool about things is when there's something that's messed up, it kind of guides you as long as you have the other pieces in place. All right. But what I'm getting at here is this. So let's take the content. So we know what we modeled it as. So now let's go ahead and get this piece of content. And what we did is we asked for 900 words. All right. So let's, so here's sample one. This is, and remember when we did the samples inside of here, right, you can ask for more than one sample. See? Conditional samples. All right, so up here, you can ask for more than one sample. I only asked for one. So I asked for one sample of 900 with this basically quality set here. All right. So what it gave me is one sample, 900 words with quality set of 40, which is recommended 40. All right. So let's go ahead and read it and see what we got going on here. And we'll see what kind of content we created. All right. Let's go here. Let's scroll on up. And let's grab this, copy. So Pinterest is powerful. Let me see what Pinterest. All right, so here's the model. Here's what I modeled it off of. Pinterest determines pin quality by its freshness, popularity, and the amount of engagement it receives. Right? This is what was written on that gentleman's blog, right? Pinterest tracks all instances of your pin. See, this is what I'm reading here. For example, if a pin, so on and so forth. And then this is the content that it wrote. So we're going to take that. And what we want to do is we want to open this up and let's see what we've created. Our 900 word article. So here's what it gave us. And here we go. Pinterest is a powerful tool for anyone who creates content. Whether you're creating for the Pinterest board or using it for online marketing, you don't have to be a Pinterest expert to make great content on the site. As one of the oldest and largest content marketing websites on the internet, Pinterest gives people the freedom to produce and share the content that they love in a variety of different ways across devices, online and offline. I mean, come on. This is quality. I mean, it's relatively good quality. I'm going to go over to the live now and see what you guys think about this. I mean, this was written... I like how it starts talking about weird stuff. It does get a little bit weird down here. But I like how it's using Trinity. It does get a little odd as we go further. So we would definitely want to play with that. But I think that it's still interesting. Again, you can put more content in there. It does get a little bit odder as we go, but you can set the quality. You can train it with more text. I only gave it, you know, a sentence, you know, a paragraph. You know what I mean?